We've been asked to turn our camera slightly to the left, but I'm going to have my photographer turn it off. Go ahead and turn it off, Caleb. And back here to the right, there is a trailer park. I heard officers calling out to house number 2011, telling anyone inside to come out with their hands up. I've seen several officers, also SWAT team, go inside. We're actually being moved back now. Officers are inside of that home at this point. You can see an officer standing there on the side of this building. He's got out of that vehicle SUV with their guns. It looks to appear to be AR-15s. We do know that there are several SWAT team members. I saw them for myself. You see the officer right here. He's telling somebody to turn around right now. A very tense situation. We're not sure exactly what's going on. The only thing that I've heard at this point is officers call out to whoever is inside. He's taken out a large box here, Melissa. Not sure what's inside of that or what they're doing, but we've heard them call out several times. Whoever is inside this home, please come out. There's a red or maroon color vehicle, appears to be a Toyota four-door SUV, small SUV. On that front windshield there, it might be a little hard to see, but I counted 5 bullets through the front windshield of that car. Roger, right now we know officers are still focused on that trailer home. We know that officers were calling out to 2011, asking for anyone inside of that home to come out with their hands up.
That investigation continues here in Hutchinson, and so does the relationship between that woman who was found in the creek bed and the man who was fatally shot here on the street. I spent the entire day out here trying to figure out who those people are and their relationship to one another. There were no identifying marks on that woman's body to determine how she died. There's been an outpouring of support from the community since we first ran the story about the lodge closing. The people I spoke to say the lodge is a safer alternative for people who would otherwise live on park benches or under bridges in the city. Once they get that down, they will then monitor road conditions to see when that heavier ice and snow starts to fall. He tells us they've got about 60 trucks that they will deploy once the heavier stuff gets here. I haven't heard of any reports of anyone injured where we are. Right now, there are crews on scene. They are working to get power back up. We're here at 82nd and Heron. This entire street is completely dark. The couple here are okay.
In 113 years, nothing stays the same.
I would say she cannot believe how much the neighborhood has changed over her life.
Not even this old transitional Victorian home, built before modernism.
Actually, she looks pretty much the same, except she needs a new paint job. But they've put new roof on, obviously, over the years, but they really didn't change anything about the house.
So when it was time to move, Helen Cole and Sonja Betson wanted to be there for the send-off.
When I came down Broadway and I could look through and saw the lot where it's been sitting empty, I thought I was going to cry because I was afraid I'd missed it.
Mostly valued for its architectural beauty.
A lot of the woodwork was imported from Italy when this house was built.
It's time for this old house.
I don't know. The people today all want new and better and fancier.
To make room for something new.
She was new and better and fancier in her time, and she can be again.
And she'll get the chance when she joins other historic homes in Midtown.
It's never quite the same when you take it apart and put it back together again.
No.
Where these well-wishers believe it will bring as much joy to that neighborhood.
Oh, I'll bet she will, because all of the houses in that area are old homes that are well kept.
As it did theirs.
But I'm so glad they're going to move this one and not have it wrecked.
As strong as the bond is between brick and mortar.
He had kind of adopted as his kids as well, and his grandchildren.
So are the memories Marissa Reynolds holds of Jeremy Saldana, the man she called Dad.
He got dressed up. He came all the way from Texas, just to get me away at my wedding.
Great Bend police say the shooting appears to have been fueled by an argument between two men. Reynolds says her mother was married to Saldana at one time and now dating the man who allegedly shot and killed him. She says her stepfather had never even met the man before he was shot.
The shooter had a gun on this hip, and he would have pulled it out no closer than we are now and shot him.
How many times?
3 times.
And 24 hours after his death, the memory is still as vivid as the moment it happened.
The shooter didn't have any facial expressions. He had on a black t-shirt, a bulletproof vest, jeans and boots.
But now Reynolds remembers her dad for who he was.
That he was funny, he was kind. Everybody who met him really loved him.
And for the bond they will always share.